Randall. Hey, how do you say your last name?
Pich.
Pich.
How long you know me, John? I'm gonna sock you, dude. I'm gonna throw this mic in your.
Yo, I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, yo, I can't remember if it's Randall Pick or Pitch. I'm fucking.
Well, how do you say your last name? Arreaga, right?
No, Arreaga. Yeah. See,
Oh, see, I've been fucking butchering your
that
shit
too.
the whole
So it's all
time.
good. So you know,
Yeah.
just we're even. We good.
Oh, hey, is your podcast PG-13 or is it?
Nah, it's explicit. I mean, yeah, you can say
so I
whatever
can
the
say
fuck
the
you want, bro.
fuckery? Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, man. How's everything, man?
Dude, it's been crazy. You know, we've been following each other on our social media ever since like college was done. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's been fucking wild, dude.
Do you remember when we first met? Do you happen to remember? It was Bally's when you were still personal training at Bally's at the Traffic Circle in 2008.
Damn.
Yeah. So 10 years, man.
Dude, that is insane. Man.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking 10 years, bro.
Oh, dude, that's right. That's so crazy. Yeah, dude. Like when we first met, I was still so like fresh into the industry, and I'm not saying like personal training. Like obviously, like you and I were both educated in that field, but really creating it into like a business of your own. You know, that was like I was very very new to that. But when we first met, I think I was prepping for my first bodybuilding competition because I competed in 2009, my first one, and when me and you met at 2008.
I think I remember that because I remember one time you came in and you had a Tupperware of like egg whites and like onions or some shit, and I was like, what are you eating? He's like, just egg whites, and I was like, that's it?
Yeah, it's the dumbest shit, dude. And I think back now, I'm like, I probably did it the unsafe way and just like, I mean, I was really into that scene at the time.
I think a lot of us did. You know,
but I got fucking hella shredded. So
yeah, exactly. No matter.
No. But yeah, so I mean, that's when I first got introduced to like the bodybuilding world. You know, I was into. So let's backtrack a little bit. So when I got into like health and wellness, I got into that side first, and I always categorize it this way. Like there's like the fitness industry as far as the bodybuilding world and like those conventions that you see, and then there's the fitness industry as far as like the educational side where you go like the ISSA and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I was introduced to the educational side first, where we were studying kinesiology at CSULB Long Beach, and then later got introduced to the fitness industry and the bodybuilding world.
Right.
You know,
right. Absolutely.
So that was all new to me. I kind of felt I fell in love in that sport, because it was like, obviously you see your hard work pay off and whatnot. It was like you got your own pace, and it's just kind of challenging yourself, But yeah, and that's when I think I first got introduced around that time, as far as the bodybuilding scene.
Nice.
But yeah.
Well, was there a particular like, I don't know, something like really like sparked it for you that was like, oh man, like I'm gonna pull the trigger and I'm gonna go in for this because this is dope.
For bodybuilding?
Yeah, for bodybuilding. Well, maybe let's start with more the just fitness in general, like the education side, and then we can go to bodybuilding.
Yeah, at that time I was like, I thought it would add more stripes to my resume, because I was already certified, and then I was like working on getting my degree through CSULB Long Beach, and I just thought maybe specializing in this field I can cater towards the people that are trying to be bodybuilders or men's physique, because I was really into that at the time. I was 19, 18? We were young, dude.
Yeah, we were young.
But that's what really sparked it. I got addicted to going to the gym and stuff like that, and it was just like a real passion of mine, which it still is today. Working out. But I mean that's what sparked it. I was like, dude, I can actually make a living doing what I love,
Yeah, for sure.
So fuck it, let's just go all in,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Right. And then eventually you started working at Bally's.
Yeah. So then I got hired on at Bally's right after high school, after I got certified. I worked at Bally's for, I want to say like 5 years, dude. I don't even know how I fucking did it. Now I think back, like, fuck, dude. But it, like I said earlier, it taught me a lot. Yeah. It taught me a lot of the structure. It taught me accountability. It taught me to be like, if you don't do this, you're gonna get fired or you're not getting an income.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, and it taught me to prospect, talk to people that I wouldn't ever talk to in general.
Right.
Taught me to be a social person and how to be likable and how to sell, and how to get along with anyone with different backgrounds, So, and I got hired on at Bally's and worked there for 5 years until then I finally went independent. and opened up my own training business at a gym called No Limits, which you used to train out of there too as well.
Yeah.
And that's when I really started scaling the business, and getting my own clients. Actually, let me backtrack again. I know there's like so much shit that went through my life at that point. First, I left Bally's and I went to M2 Fitness with Emil Giroux. I remember that shit. Yeah.
I remember because I remember you hit me up. You're like, yo, you should come over here. And I remember you and I met in downtown, and you were like, yo, come check this place out. And then I don't know, I forget why on my end it didn't go through, but go ahead and tell on your side.
I mean, well, this was like, so obviously 5 years goes by, and that's. With that being said, that's 5 years down the line of college, right? Mm-hmm. So at that point, me, I was like, dude, fuck this. I can't do this shit no more. I'm so busy because I have obtained the t-shirt store too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I was personal training, had fucking like 40, 50 clients. Mm-hmm. And I was going to school. Like, how the fuck did I juggle that, And when I went to M2 Fitness, I remember Emil Giroux, which is the owner. He actually taught me a lot in that little period of time that I was with him. And he was just like, dude, you need to fucking drop out of school. What the fuck is it? Like, what's holding you back from, making real money and a living? And that kind of stuck with me. Like, fuck, what is it? Because if I didn't have to go to school, I would have more time to build my clientele, have more time to train, have more time to, to live and make a living. I didn't think a degree would change anything. Mm-hmm. So, but that was like really the first time I heard that, right? And everybody else around me, even my clients, were like, "No, Randall, you gotta stay in school. You gotta finish, And I was just like, "Well, okay, So I was still battling that up until, so I eventually left M2 Fitness downtown and then went to No Limits,
right?
And then really scaled my business there, and then eventually, after just contemplating with myself and realizing, what I'm actually doing, I decided to leave Cal State Long Beach, and I only had a few fucking units left.
Yeah, you didn't have that much long.
Yeah,
much
it was the internship hours.
Yeah, that's right. It was they were like, no, you got to complete like fucking
500.
Yeah, like 500 that, 500 this, and I was
like,
like
5,000 hours of ballot tool.
Yeah. But they wouldn't let it count.
They wouldn't let it count.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I was like, what's the other 100 hours that I have to do? They were like corporate at like Bowen. I was like, what does that consist of? They said, like swiping cards and cleaning machines. I was like, fuck that shit, dude.
Yeah.
I'm over here running like fucking 4 businesses. I'm not gonna go spend 8 hours a day swiping cards and fucking cleaning machines. Like, dude, this is an insult. But I mean, I can see where they're coming from, because the teachers or the chairman like didn't really know what I was doing,
Right, exactly.
So whatever I was saying, it was kind of just like word for word,
Right, yeah.
But
probably just looked at you as just like another student trying to make excuses, trying to get by.
Exactly.
But I can remember like very vividly, like,
bro,
like
I tell
we
you
would
all the
see,
time, John,
yeah,
like
we would sit next to each other in class, and you'd be like checking stocks or checking like
stocks,
or checking like your sales and all this shit, and I'd just be like, and then you'd be like, I remember you'd be like, hey John, what you say? I'd be like, oh, just this and that.
John, what's the answer to this? Hey bro, what's the answer to this?
I was like, I got you, don't trip, yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. But I mean, but I just think, for me, when I look at it, I think it's it's definitely perspective, but it's also about like what you were going through at that time. Like, I mean, in no way in hell, I mean, looking back, I think if I was in your position, I mean, now this is tough for me, right? But I think, and it's tough, I think, in my end, because like I know from like my parents, that was like their biggest thing, like you got to finish school, right? But that is definitely a decision that you have to make, because that's like, are you going to hold yourself back because of a degree, and because you want to have this, this, I don't know how to say, man, like
this opportunity of a lifetime,
Yeah, it's like one,
It was a wave. I had to hop on it.
No, for sure, man, you had to, man, because that wave was coming big, dude. And if you didn't hop on it right then and there, like you could have not been sitting here right now having Live Fit, Top Threads, and all these other endeavors that you're into right now, man. Yeah. So it's it's definitely a tough call, but without a doubt, you made the right call, for sure.
I think that's an important takeaway too for whoever's listening to this is, if you have momentum at something at the time, run with that momentum. And you got to analyze, okay, if I drop everything else that I'm doing, can I go back and pick it up? Right. At this case, in this particular case, I could have went back and picked up my academics at Cal State Long Beach.
Absolutely.
So I was like, hey, and I talked to Ayla too. She's like, yeah, it's fine. You know, your academic will be here for your 6 years or something like that.
Right.
It's like, oh, fucking sweet, dude. Later. So I pieced out, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna fucking do this wave. Were you in my morning class when I just got up? I went to class, and then it didn't even start yet, and I was like, you know what? I'm fucking leaving. I don't know if you were.
I don't remember.
It was one of those like 7 o'clock in the morning classes.
Oh, okay.
But I went there. I don't know why I showed up, but then I was just like, this is like after years of battling that shit out in my head. I literally opened my laptop, sat there for like 5 minutes, shut it, and then got up and was like, you know what? I'm fucking done. I walked out and I never went back. Yeah, and that was like the best decision I made for me.
Yeah, for sure.
It was a fucking weight lifted off of my shoulders. You know, I was like, fuck, dude. Now I can literally focus on what I need to do to obtain my goals, you know, to run a successful business. Yeah. But, I mean, that's, I guess, was the start of Lift It, because at the time, so now that we're in this subject, in the middle of college, I would say like my third year, or when I was like really scaling my personal training business privately at No Limits, that's when Lift It came about, because it was the slogan from my personal training business.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Which was RP Fitness at the time.
RP Fitness, exactly, at the time. And I already knew how to make merchandise and all that stuff, because I had graphic design knowledge and silk screening knowledge from my past jobs, what I took in high school, and just from my own personal experiences playing in bands and taking care of the merchandise there. Right. So just being me, I wanted to make clothes for my clients, you know, and that's where the whole Lift Fit thing was born. Right. You know, remember the original zip ups, the contrast zip ups that had Lift Fit down the side.
Lift Fit down the side. I still got mine. Got the red one.
Yeah, oh yeah, damn.
I still got mine. Shit, that shit don't go nowhere.
Exactly. You know, so that was like the birth of Lift Fit right there, and all that. It was gaining a lot of traction to the point where like it was consuming a lot of my time, because I was a one man army for the longest time. And I was like, dude, I can't go to school no more. I can't do this, you know. So yeah, and then I left and went full on with Lift It and my personal training business and the shop, the t-shirt store.
So the shop. So let's talk about that, because man, like with Mr. Bruce,
Mr. Bruce, dude,
your sidekick, who still the homie till this day.
Yes.
Who, you know, for a while there was even making merchandise for us as well.
Yeah.
And what's it called? Dude, I remember that was my first experience with you guys. Like actually, you were the first one to actually make shirts for us. Like you individually, like not just Bruce.
I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I remember us going like. As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, Randall, you digitized our actual logo.
I did.
My brother,
shit, I remember it now.
Remember, my brother drew it up.
It's in my hard drive.
Yeah, and then I sent it. Yeah, my brother drew it up, and I took a picture, and I was like, "Yo, can you put this on computer so that way we can actually print it out and start putting it out?" And he was like, "Yeah, I got you." And I was like, "Oh shit! Easy. Like you actually did it."
Yeah. See. I mean, that's the type of knowledge I had. It was so easy for me.
Well, I mean, hey, listen, not just knowledge, but I think that also shows the type of person you are, right? Like,
oh, dude,
I mean, even till this day, man, I hit you up through text and you're just like, yo, what's up, man? I'm down. I'm coming through. It's no big thing, man. Like,
exactly.
Take the man out of the hood, but you can't take, the hood out of him, or, the personality and that upbringing, for sure,
exactly.
Man. And,
always humbling, dude. Always humbling to see everyone succeed too. Like you, Jandar, Jay, and stuff. It's fucking crazy. Everyone kind of went their own route, but just fucking killing it, dude.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's good times, for sure.
But yeah, the t-shirt store, that was literally a left hook, an opportunity that came out of nowhere. Bruce, his pops was going to sell that Dickie store, and
that's why the Dickie sign is up there. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was straight hood ass fucking store. It's probably still there. I remember when we took it over. Bruce was like, "Do you want to change the sign?" And I was like, "How much is it going to cost?" He's like, "I don't know, maybe like a couple $1,000." It's like, "No, fuck it. We're just gonna make a banner and put it over the Dickie sign," which we did, and fuck it, It
still fucking has still got business going into there. Dude, so
so that I actually bought into my share with Bruce, and split it 50-50. And this for all you guys who don't know about the t-shirt store, it was like a 5 or 10 type of t-shirt store where you can go and buy like blank white tees, Pro 5s, Pro Clubs, or you can go in and make like one-off custom shirts and stuff like that. Or you can go buy like Long Beach t-shirts or shit like that, Dickies, and you know. But yeah, so I had that for a few years up until now. Back to our other conversation when Live Fit was taken off.
Right.
It was like fuck. I had to. My hands were spread thin, right? So I dropped out of school. I was like, okay, cool. Now I can focus on the businesses. And then that was even just too much. Personal training, Live Fit apparel, and the t-shirt store.
Yep.
But the Live Fit apparel, once I made it into a clothing line and put it in an online store and treated it like a brand, it started getting a lot of sales and just taking over, like consuming my time. So I had to make another executive decision and be like, hey, Bruce, you want to just buy me out of the store? You know, like I can't do this. I want to do Live Fit 100%.
Right.
I see this potential right now. And we did. And then he bought me out, which was cool. He still runs it today, super successful. And then I had the conversation with my clients telling them, hey, I can't train you guys no more. You know, I got to go do this. But they know because they've been with me for a long time. We have these conversations because, you know, you get intimate with your clients.
Yeah, for sure.
So they know, like, what I'm going through. Like, I wanted to drop out. I wanted to pursue Live Fit apparel. So they all understood. Some of the clients just went on their own, or they train with T or Jandar at Journey to Fit.
Yeah.
And
a lot of those clients that you had were very, like, I remember seeing them since like Bally's, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And those are people that like were like, you know, with you for a while.
Dude, they stick with you, man.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you have those clients too.
Oh yeah, man. I got day one people that have like, you know, that have not left, and you know, blessed to have that, you know,
you
for sure.
build like a really strong relationship with them, you know,
Absolutely.
because you got a lot of rest periods, you got a lot of, you know, they're broken down, tired, physically, mentally, and they just want to vent sometimes. You know?
Oh yeah,
so,
for sure.
And so we become really, really close. It was very hard for me to let go of these kind of clients. Like, fuck, you know, I've been with these people for like 6 years, but they knew I wanted to do this, and I knew I wanted to do this deep down. So we shut RP Fitness down. We sold this. I sold the t-shirt store, and I was like, fuck it, I'm doing Live Fit apparel 100%. And sure enough, got a fucking warehouse, started scaling it, and then boom, that shit fucking, the next 2 years, it was like, fuck, a roller coaster, dude, like just straight, or a rocket ship, that shit just fucking went up.
No,
dude.
literally, bro, I remember, because I remember like, I think, and we'll go to the subject in a second, you know. I remember the first small warehouse that you had, like in Signal Hill. I remember that one. And then like literally after you moved out of that one into like the bigger one, which I think was behind No Limits.
Yep.
During that time, I remember I went to go visit my cousin over in the East Coast, and I saw fucking Live Fit.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like,
this wasn't even like maybe like a year with.
For sure, it was the first few years without a doubt, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, this is fucking amazing. Like the amount of excitement that I have for it is like, yo, this is fucking dope, yo. Yeah. And I remember thinking to myself, I gotta take a picture, but the fucking guy walked by so fast that I couldn't even take the damn picture. But like, I remember thinking, I gotta take a picture and send it to him, yo, because it's fucking crazy, yo. And I was just like, nuts, dude, crazy.
Speaking of that, I have a picture of you modeling my shit, dude.
Remember that? Your shorts, yeah.
No, not the shorts. The half zip up with the green. I have
hard drive, dude.
Shit. I will put this up in this video and then play over. Yeah, dude.
Dude, put that up, man.
Like, hey,
shit.
John, you trying to be a model real quick? Yeah, that shit was damn. I'm gonna pull it.
Damn, that's true. Crazy.
But yeah, anyways, yeah. So I mean, yeah, it was crazy. Like you said, you were in the East Coast and you would see Live Fit, and I'm just like behind the desk now, you know, just seeing these orders roll in. I'm like, fuck, dude, I got people from Virginia, from fucking Maryland, from New York, Florida, all the way back over here, like Arizona, Texas. People buying our shit. I'm like, damn, this is fucking wild, you know. Let me run with this.
Yeah,
you know. So
absolutely, man. Yeah, it was crazy, man. Crazy ride to have, man. But so then let's talk about that next, man. So like again, like I said, like you had that small warehouse, like what you know, what were some of the moves that you had to make and decisions you had to make for like you to go from like the small warehouse to like the next warehouse, and then now to like, I don't know how many times you moved, but like now to like where you're at now, which is like a fucking, you know, like you rented out a damn Walmart and shit.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
Or bought out of Walmart.
Yeah, I gotta bring you by one day. But I remember when it was scaling and like gaining a lot of traction, you have to learn to adapt with it, and you had to fucking grow up fast,
quick,
and you had to grow up in the business world and learn all that shit real fast, you know, because if you do it wrong, it'll fucking bite you in the ass later, you know.
Yeah.
But we were scaling. I was like adding new employees like every fucking other month, and we were just breaking leases. That was the reason why we got other warehouses. We had to break leases just because we didn't have room for inventory, you know.
Because y'all were growing so quick, right?
Exactly. I think we broke like 3 leases within like a year or something. And then now we're finally at this spot. We've been here for at least 4 years now, which is, there's plenty of room, you know, if we can grow into that shit.
Yeah.
But
because you guys got your offices there and everything too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we have our offices, our corporate side, and then it's connected to our warehouse, our distribution center. But learning the logistics and how the business functions and just the departments and all that stuff, we've built that ourselves internally. You know what I mean? So it was a huge learning curve, but you just have to you know, make crazy decisions and make moves, you know, and not really think twice about it. You know, you just got to go and kind of pick up the mess later and shit.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it was wild, dude. Starting from myself to having like 5 employees now, having like almost 30. That's in house. That's not even including athletes and ambassadors. You do that, the whole Lift Fit umbrella with like 1099s and W2. You're talking like 40, 50 people.
Right.
Like we're cutting checks for. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
for sure.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. It's so hard to sum up. You know, it's like, it's fucking mind blowing, dude.
Are there any other challenges that you kind of went through that kind of like pop out in your head that like, man, this was like a really challenging like point in Lift Fit history where like it was like a maybe not make it or break it, but just like, you know, what if this wouldn't have happened, you know, or what if it would have happened? And
it's just, there's all kinds of challenges in all kinds of different departments, you know. But I don't know, dude. I don't know. We're just kind of taking it as it goes. You know, we obviously have like a forecast and whatnot, but I think, I don't know, the biggest challenges, dude. I wouldn't even know. For
me, I almost feel like, you know, I mean, since I've known you, man, you've always been just like a real chill, just like, I'll fucking take care of it, whatever type of thing, you know? Right. So, I mean, you know, I can only imagine like challenge comes up, like, all right, well, what do we got to do? Let's figure it out. Let's just fucking get shit done. And then that's it, you know? So
you explained it perfectly right there. Like, I don't take things heavy anymore. I used to, like 3 years ago, like, fuck, man. You know, dude, this shit happened my whole fucking life, so what the fuck are we going to do? But now, as you mature as a business owner, and you're like, dude, it already happened. Let's just fix it. You know what? I'm not going to fucking die. You know what I mean? Like, there's ways to come about this and fix this. You know, if it's going to cost you some, fuck it, it's going to cost you some, but you're still living and breathing. You're still fine. You're chilling. So, I mean, I guess now I've just learned to take things that you can't control and just kind of like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? Not fucking dwell over it and shit. You know?
Which is tough for a lot of people, man.
It is, dude.
Especially for people like us that we're in control of shit.
Bro,
you know?
I was fucking, man. Dude, there was 1 year, I think 2017 or something, dude. I felt the whole fucking world was coming down for after me, dude. That was when we had to do the IRS shit. We had a couple other like confidential stuff that we've gone through. I was just like, dude, it was crazy, you know? Like this whole business world and realizing with a few people too that were in it for the wrong reasons and stuff like that, you know? Like we had to deal with a lot of employees. We had to deal with a lot of restructuring and stuff like that, you know? Because with Lift It, we did give a lot of opportunities to people that never had a real job before, you know? And with that, you know, they expect to have what I have, you know, without any work.
And you're like, no.
So, I mean, that's like one thing too, you know, and then, I mean.
But those things definitely teach you a lot too, man. Like, because I almost feel like those situations like that are definitely crucial, you know, not just for individual learning, but also for the business learning. Because like, think about it, like you talk about restructuring, right? Like if you wouldn't have gone through some of those things that you went through, then there probably wouldn't been any type of restructuring within your business in certain areas, and then there wouldn't have been any like where you guys are at now, you know, where you know, I'm assuming is running pretty damn like a damn well-oiled machine right now. Like absolutely.
Everybody has to be on the same page, you know. And I guess that was something too in when we were scaling. I had to not just teach myself how to be a manager, but teach the executives how to be managers. You know, like Omar and Mike. You know, they're probably gonna kill me for saying this, but they hated being the person to yell at other guys or just say, hey, or to correct them, you know. Yeah. But I'm like, nah, dude, this is constructive criticism. You know, we all work as a part of this machine to make this business move, you know. So everyone has to pull a leg. If they slack, you can't just let it slide, because that's going to come back down to me, and it's going to hurt the whole company as a whole, you know.
No, for sure.
But yeah, just figuring out the whole mechanics of like the business, you know, and yeah, it's just keeping everybody upbeat and in it, you know. Yeah. So.
And then there's like, you know, with that, like, because even with some of my coaches, like, you know, sometimes, like, especially in the beginning when they first started coaching, you know, a little timid, especially the ones that came up, you know, being members and then were turned into coaches, you know, they definitely a little bit more timid in the beginning, but then, you know, as time went along and as, you know, helped them out and things like that, like, and explain to them, like, yo, you have to be, like, not necessarily the bad guy, but, like, you have to have this, like, authoritative, like, position, and you have to run the show, you know, especially if I'm not there. Like, if I'm not in the building, like, you know, because sometimes, you know, and even till this day, I see it, you know, when, like, the coaches are here, like, they run the show without a doubt. Like, I have full confidence in them. They're fucking rock stars, right? But then, you know, the moment I walk in, it's like it's another level now, right? Like, for some of the members, right? For some of them still, like, no matter what they come in, like, you know, they go to work no matter what, no matter who's here, right? But then the moment I walk in, they're like, oh shit, like, coach is here, watch out, like, you know. And it's like, you know, and I tell them, like, yo, like, I want you guys to have that same effect on all the members, no matter who's here, right? And in the future, like, you know, no matter what employees we have, what other coaches we have, like, I want it to be that, like, people know that, like, it's me, and then it's you, and then it's you and you and you, and then this type of chain of command, and they need to know that, like, okay, if Coach John's not here, you know, Coach YG, Coach Sierra is going to be in head of command. You know, if she's not here, then it's be the other ones. You know, whoever else is there that day. You know, and you know, just letting them know, like, you know, that's just how it's supposed to be. You know, yeah, for sure, dude.
No, 100%, dude. Like that, you know, we travel a lot. You know, so there's a lot of times when I'm out of the office, and so I feel this exact same way. So then we had to just have a meeting. I'm like, dude, we got to lay it down. You know, when I'm gone, they got to still, you know, your department still has to.
Yeah, shit still has to get done.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it may not ever be perfect, but it's better than what it was and how it was before. You know.
No, yeah, for sure. So absolutely, man. Yeah, like I so blessed that, like, I'm able to leave here, like, whether it be vacation or a quick weekend getaway with my wife Moni, and have full confidence knowing that, like, okay, this place is not gonna burn down. Thank God.
The best, dude.
Yeah,
that's
like,
the best,
and
man.
it's, I'm telling you, if it wasn't for my team, man, like, God, I'm so blessed. Like,
but how long did it take you to build that? Because it took years.
No, for sure, for a while, man. I mean, and it was definitely, like, it took steps, like, here and there. We would leave and little things, and you know, little mini weekend things, and then, like, eventually I was like, okay, I think we're ready to go now. You know? And even then, like, you know, we had to take chances, and we just had to, like, you know, my wife and I would schedule a vacation. Like, we're just gonna schedule it, and we're gonna make sure we get them ready to go for that time, and just, you know, hope it sticks. And then when whatever kind of fucked up in the meantime, we address it when we come back. And
that's good, because if not, you're gonna look back and like, fuck, dude, I wasted my life.
You know what I mean? Just trying to grind it out and never. You know?
So if you're an entrepreneur out there, like, seeking business or want to build a fucking big ass company and stuff, man, you better get ready to get knocked the fuck down, dude. And you just gotta know how to get back up. But I wouldn't change a fucking thing.
Nah, I think that's 100 right there, because, like, I think people get into, like, entrepreneurship thinking, like, it's gonna be, like, easy, and, like, oh, if he can do it, I can do it. And I think with a decent honesty to that mindset, but at the same time, it's like y'all don't know what we went through, man. Y'all don't know, man. Like, man, I'm talking about, like, on my eviction notices, like, fucking, like, my wife at the time, you know, fucking being, you know, at the time my girlfriend, you know, basically being my sugar mama, because, like, I couldn't, like, you know, she bought my first, you know, I'm gonna put this out there for sure, like, she bought my first Coachella ticket, because I couldn't buy it for myself, yo. Like, I couldn't. She was like, yo, I want you to go Coachella. I said, yo, I can't. Like, I don't have that money to buy it. And she's like, well, you going because I bought it for you. And I was like, damn. Well, all right, I guess I'm fucking going. And, you know, and that's why, not to this day, man. I'm just like, yo, like, I try to just take care of as much as I can, you know, on both ends, you know, right? Emotionally, intimately, financially, whatever, but like, knowing that she had me when I was like at dirt, like, for sure, like shit like that. Like, then people don't understand that, like, you're going to go through shit. You're going to go through, like, just like dragged through the dirt, punched into the dirt, man. Like,
and you get fucked up.
Dude. Like, and if you can't handle it, man, don't even step in the ring, man, because this ain't for everybody.
It's not. Mm-hmm. It's definitely not. But I wouldn't change it for the world.
Nah, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Last question, my man, and then we'll end this here, brother. So if you, and it's kind of goes back to what we were just saying, but like,
okay,
30-year-old Randall going back in time to, meet young Randall and on the skate park over at Cherry Park and shit like that. What would you tell him?
Keep skating. Keep exploring. Keep doing things that interest you. Don't get sucked up into this fucking society where people expect you to do something. Right. You got to keep yourself fucking sane. Keep yourself active and interested in your own things, because once you do that, you could find a living within that little niche that you got going,
Yeah.
So, but as long as you're passionate about it, it doesn't matter how much fucking money you make or any of that, dude. As long as you're fucking happy and sane, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I would just tell myself, dude, keep fucking skating, keep playing fucking drums, keep listening to hardcore music, whatever makes you fucking happy, just keep doing it, and your time will come, as long as you work hard and have a good head on your shoulder, be straight.
Ladies and gentlemen, Randall Pich from Live Fit Apparel, Top Threads. Make sure, if you're not following the man, the myth, the legend himself, you are doing it. My man, where can they find you?
Dude, fuck, man. I got my own personal website, which is www.randall-pitch.com. It's not randallpitch.com, so fucking asshole stole the domain. I don't know. So it's randall-pitch.com, or you can go to livefitapparel.com or topthreadsinc.com. Or, skylabprints.com. Or you could just Google me. That's kind of weird to say, huh? Yeah, just Google me. I'll pop up.
When you get to that caliber, it's just just Google me. It's cool.
Yeah, it's fine.
Instagram, Twitter.
Yeah, Instagram is Randall_Pitch. Dude, someone tried to fucking, they got Randall Pich and tried to sell it to me. I'm like, no, fuck off.
What?
Dude. Yeah, it was fucking funny, dude. People make business out of the random shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so they could find, and then there's live_fit_apparel, Randall_Pitch, and then there's Top Threads, Skylab Prints. I run the Set for Success page.
That's right, yep.
I have LVFT supplements. We got LVFT capsule. What am I missing? I don't know. There's a fucking million things.
Bunch of them out there.
Yeah. You could just Google me. And
you'll find it if you just look for Randall and look for Live Fit. You'll find a whole bunch of them out there.
Yeah.
I will definitely link as many of those as I can in the show notes. My man, Randall, thank you so much, bro. I greatly appreciate it, man.
Yes, dude.
My dog, as usual.
I feel like we could talk about a ton of shit, dude, because we've known each other for so long.
Exactly.
Like,
fucking 10 years now.
We'll just get to the gist of it.
Seriously.
Fucking
all right, my man.
Cool,
well, it's been a pleasure, brother.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.